So, we've got some new information that could have a big impact on your Primogem plans, and it's about version 6.1. According to a new leak, Genshin might bring back the Chronicled Wish banner format, this time focused on Sumeru characters, along with a rerun for Nahida. Save up to 25% on the current banners at lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description. Now, this isn't confirmed, and I'll talk more about the source later, because it's someone we've never heard of before. But the interesting thing is that even if the source is new, the idea actually makes a lot of sense when you look at the current state of reruns and past banner patterns. So in this video, I want to go over what this Sumeru Chronicled Wish could look like, which characters it might include, and why the whole setup, while technically just a leak, actually fits Hoyoverse's usual logic. Let's start with the basics. This info comes from someone named Shirai Kuroko-chan, and they claim that in version 6.1, Genshin will bring back the Chronicled Wish format, and this time it'll be focused on Sumeru characters, just like how version 5.6 focused on Inazuma. Alongside that, Nahida is rumored to get a standard rerun, running separately from the Chronicled Wish. Again, just like Raiden Shogun did in 5.6. So we'd be looking at one standard limited banner and one regional rerun pool grouped under the new Chronicled system. Now, if you weren't around during version 5.6, let me give you a quick recap. That update introduced the first ever Chronicled Wish, and it featured a full lineup of 8 limited 5-star characters from Inazuma, including Ayaka, Ayato, Yoimiya, Chiori, Yae, Miko, Ito, Kokomi, and Kazuha. All of them were grouped into a single banner pool, with no standard pool characters like Diluc or Mona included. At the same time, Raiden Shogun had her own separate rerun banner. The idea was to give players a way to choose among multiple region-linked characters without having to wait through months of individual reruns. And honestly, it worked. People pulled, and Hoyoverse was able to clear out a large backlog of reruns in one go. Now let's look at how this would apply to Sumeru, because the timing actually lines up really well. Right now, if you check the 5-star rerun waiting list as of version 5.7, you'll see that Sumeru characters dominate the top of the chart. Sino is sitting at 14 patches since his last banner. That's tied with Eula for the longest wait in the game. Then there's Wanderer, who's gone 10 patches without a rerun, followed by Alhaitham at 9, and Nilou at 8. Even Nahida, who's part of this leak, hasn't appeared in 6 patches. That's a massive backlog of Sumeru characters that haven't been seen for months, or even over a year in Sino's case. And Hoyoverse has already shown they're willing to use Chronicled Wishes to clean up this kind of backlog in a way that feels thematic and focused. Just like 5.6 bundled the Inazuma crew, 6.1 could do the same for Sumeru. Now keep in mind, we're currently in version 5.7, so those numbers are accurate for this patch. But if this Chronicled Wish really ends up happening in version 6.1, then we're only 3 patches away: 5.8, 6.0, and then 6.1. That means we need to add 3 more patches to each character's wait time. By the time we reach 6.1, Sino will be sitting at 17 patches since his last banner. That's massive. Wanderer will have waited 13 patches, Alhaitham will hit 12, and Nilou will be at 11. Even Nahida, despite being one of the most popular Dendro characters, will have gone 9 patches without a rerun. So, what characters would we expect if this Sumeru Chronicled Wish really happens? Based on wait times and historical patterns, Sino is an obvious choice. He's been gone the longest, and with his electro-polearm playstyle focused on high critical damage and on-field quickening reactions, he still has a strong niche in the right setups. Next would be Nilou, whose entire role in Bloom comps remains incredibly unique. No other unit enables that team structure the way she does, and she scales so well with HP and Dendro cores that it's hard to replace her. Alhaitham is also highly likely, he hasn't been back since 4.4, and his Dendro spread playstyle centered around elemental mastery and consistent Dendro application remains strong, especially with characters like Nahida, Baizhu, or even Yao Yao. And then there's Wanderer. Now, technically he's from Inazuma, but his entire story arc, from Scaramouche to his playable version, unfolded in Sumeru. So if they're going with the same structure, it wouldn't be surprising at all to see Wanderer return again here. Lastly, we have Tignari and Dehia, who are both standard pool characters now. They're eligible to appear in this kind of banner, and it would actually make sense. It fills out the banner to 6 total characters if this Chronicled Wish is real, and again, not confirmed yet but very plausible. Then Hoyoverse probably won't rerun any of these characters in version 5.8 or 6.0. They didn't rerun Inazuma units right before the Inazuma Chronicled Wish, and doing that now would just undercut the whole point of having a themed rerun pool in 6.1. So if you've been saving for Cyno, Nilou, or Alhaitham, you probably shouldn't expect them before 6.1 at the earliest. All right, now let's address the big question. Can we trust this leak? And the honest answer is, we don't know. The leaker behind this info, Shirai Kuroko-chan, is completely new. Their first appearance was on May 19th, and since then, they've only posted about things coming in Nod Cry and future patches. They don't have any prior record to go on. We can't look back and say, oh, they were right about that other thing. There's no track record at all. So even though what they're saying makes logical sense and fits past banner formats, we can't treat this as confirmed or reliable. It's speculation, just with some structure behind it. That said, leaks like this are still worth talking about, especially when they reflect the direction Hoyoverse seems to be moving in. The Chronicled Wish format is clearly something they're going to keep using. It helps them deal with character rerun backlogs without flooding the schedule, and players get more control over which old units to pull for. So if they are doing another one in 6.1, Sumeru is the obvious next region. The characters are overdue, the format already exists, and the timing checks out. So what do you think? Would you be excited to see all these Sumeru characters come back in a single rerun pool? Are you planning to pull for someone like Cyno or Nilou? Or do you think the Chronicled Wish system needs more improvements before it's worth saving for? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to stay updated on leaks, rerun predictions, and banner strategy backed by data and patterns, make sure to subscribe. I'll keep posting as new info drops. Save up to 25% on the current banners at lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description.